Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to cover our lecture 7 of a fluid mechanics series. Okay, so in the lecture 7 we will see the design of a Francis turbine. In the previous lecture we have already covered the Francis turbine theory, working and the components. Okay, so these are the first 6 lectures that we have already covered. You can cover these lectures through the playlist. Okay, now we will cover the lecture 7, that is design of a Francis turbine. So in this lecture we will see the design of a Francis turbine part. Okay, velocity triangle and work done of Francis turbine part, we will cover it in the separate video. So now we will focus on the design of a Francis turbine. So the design of a Francis turbine involves different terms such as flow, speed ratio, width to diameter ratio, flow rate, etc. Okay, so we will see all of them one by one, that how we can get this formula, and with the help of this formula we will cover the design of a Francis turbine numerical in the upcoming lectures. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed the channel, then subscribe it to get the notification about the upcoming lectures. First we will see what is flow ratio. Okay, so to find the value of flow ratio, it is the ratio of velocity of flow at inlet to the under root of 2gh. So what is vf1, what is vf2, vw1, vw2, vr1, vr2? I have already explained all these terms in the Pelton turbine design video. Okay, you can go through that video also to know all these terms in details, or else I will explain you in short here. Okay, so what is v1 here? v1 is the velocity of jet at inlet, v2 is the absolute velocity of water at outlet, u1 is the tangential velocity at inlet, u2 is the tangential velocity at outlet. Vr1 is equals to the relative velocity of jet at inlet, Vr2 is equals to relative velocity of jet at outlet. Okay, what is vf1? vf1 is the velocity of flow at inlet, vf2 is the velocity of flow at outlet. Vw1 is the velocity of whirl at inlet, Vw2 is the velocity of whirl at outlet. Okay, now you have understood what is Vw, what is Vf, what is Vr, what is u1, what is v1. In simple term, you can understand that V is the absolute velocity, U is the tangential velocity, R is the relative velocity, F stands for velocity of flow, W stands for velocity of whirl. Okay, so now if you have understood what is v1, what is vr1, what is vf1, what is vw1, we will proceed ahead with our formulas. Okay, so flow ratio is the ratio of velocity of flow at inlet, that is vf1 upon under root of 2gh. Okay, next we will see the second term, that is speed ratio. Speed ratio is equals to the ratio of tangential velocity at inlet to the under root of 2gh. Here you can see that the difference between them is that here it is velocity of flow, here it is tangential velocity. Okay, the bottom part is same. Next we will see that is width to diameter ratio. In this, that is in the design of a Francis turbine, it is important that you have to know the width to diameter ratio. This design is different, is entirely different from the design of a Pelton turbine. Okay, so don't use that formulas to design the Francis turbine. Okay, we will see the design formula of Francis turbine in this video. Okay, so width to diameter ratio is equals to b1 upon d1. What is b1? b1 is the width at inlet, d1 is the diameter of wheel at inlet. Okay, all of the values are mentioned here. I have already mentioned all these values. So generally ranges between 0.15 to 0.3. Okay, so flow ratio generally ranges between 0.15 to 0.3. These values are very important because you can check that your answer is right or not, or your answer is within a range or not. Okay, so its value generally ranges between 0.15 to 3. Speed ratio value generally ranges between 0.6 to 0.9. Okay, width to diameter ratio value ranges between 0.1 to 4.5. Now we will move ahead, that what is flow rate? Flow rate can be found by Q is equals to pi d1 b1 vf1, or Q is equals to pi d2 b2 vf2. This is all. That means both the formulas are for the flow rate. Okay, what is b1? b1 is the width of blade at inlet, b2 is the width of blade at outlet, d1 is equals to diameter of inner ring, d2 is equals to diameter of outer ring. Okay, what is vf1? You know, vf1 is the velocity of flow at inlet. What is velocity of vf2? Velocity of flow at outlet. Simple. Okay, next we will see the fifth term, that is tangential velocity. Tangential velocity is u. So tangential velocity at inlet is u1, at outlet is u2. Okay, it has a formula of pi d1 n by 60. N is the speed, rotational speed. Okay, what is n? N is the rotational speed. D1 and d2, that I have already explained. Okay, pi d1 n upon 60, and for the tangential velocity at outlet, pi d2 n by 60. Okay, so it is at the inlet, it is at the outlet, it is at the inlet, it is at the outlet. Okay, now we will see what are the efficiencies of a Francis turbine. Okay, we have seen the efficiencies of a Pelton turbine also. Now we will see what are the efficiencies of a Francis turbine. These efficiencies formula are also used for the numerical. Okay, here you have to use all these formulas to find the terms in your numerical part. So we will see all of them one by one. So first is mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency is the ratio of shaft power to runner power. You can watch the first lecture of hydraulic efficiency. There I have already explained how to learn how to simplify the efficiencies. Okay, if you don't remember all these formulas, you can watch the lecture 1. Okay, so mechanical efficiency is simply a ratio of shaft power to runner power. So shaft power is denoted as PS, power of shaft. Then power developed by runner is written as rho q vw1 u1. Okay, vw1 is the velocity of whirl at inlet, u1 is the tangential velocity at inlet. This formula is very important because from here you can find the value of shaft power. Okay, if all these terms are given in the question, then you can find the value of shaft power from this formula. Okay, next we will see hydraulic efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency is the ratio of runner power to the input power. Okay, so for a runner power, m dot means mass flow rate. Okay, mass flow rate is equals to rho q, mass flow rate into vw1 u1 upon rho g qh. Rho g qh is the input power. Okay, so mass flow rate is equals to rho into q. So here we have written rho into q. So rho q get cancelled, and you will get the formula of hydraulic efficiency, that is equals to vw1 u1 upon gh. Okay, this formula is also important because you can get the value of vw1 or u1 from this formula if other terms are given to you. What is h? H is the net head available. Next we will see the overall efficiency. What is overall efficiency? That is shaft power upon input power. Shaft power is denoted as PS and input power is rho g QH. So now we will see other important formulas, that is specific speed. Specific speed is the speed of turbine which will develop unit power when working under a unit head. This is important formula because generally questions are framed from this formula. So we will see specific speed. Specific speed is equals to the rotational speed into root of shaft power. PS is the shaft power upon the net head of turbine, 5/4 of net head of turbine. Okay, so this is the formula for your specific speed. We will see the use of this formula when we will see the design of a Pelton turbine numerical part. Okay, so we will use this formula in our numerical part. So PS is the power of shaft, I have already explained. PS is the power of shaft, H is the net head on turbine. Next we will see another formula, that is torque. To find the torque in the question, this formula is used. Okay, so power is equals to 2 pi and T by 60. T is the torque, P is your power, N is your rotational speed in RPM. Okay, rotating speed in RPM. Next we will see one last important point, that velocity of flow at inward and outward is radial. So Vf1 is equals to Vf2. So if in the question it is Vf2 is given to you, okay, then you don't need to find Vf1 separately. You can use the value of Vf2 as Vf1 and you can use this value here, okay, to find the flow rate. generally some tricks are there in the question, that in place of vf1 they will give you vf2. So when you know all these terms, you will not get confused and you can solve the question easily. Okay, so these are some important terms that are required to solve the numerical question of Francis turbine. Okay, I hope you have understood all these terms, and if you find this video useful, then do like, share and subscribe the channel to appreciate the effort in making this videos. Okay, we will attach the PDF of this lecture in the description box, so you can get the PDF of this lecture from the description box. In the next lecture we will see the velocity triangle and work done by Francis turbine. So thank you for watching. Thank you.